Alright, so here we go again today. We are going to be shooting at 100 yards with one of my rifles y'all have not seen yet, just to do a groupings test and see how tight of a group we get with these new bullets and see if they're flying high. Because this is a 204 Ruger with a 40 grain bullet, but the gun is sighted in with a 32 grain. So I want to see how much that changes before I start wearing these coyotes out. So here's our firearms for today. This is my Thompson Center Contender 204 Ruger, and this is my Remington Speedmaster 22. But it's inconsequential for now. We're going to start out with this. But I have a fancy earplug today because I lost my other one. We're going to be using a 10mm full metal jacket for earplugged where I don't blow my eardrums out. Here we go. Let's do a 3-shot group and see how tight it is. This is probably going to take a second to shoot all 3 shots because I want them as accurate as possible. There's number 1. My little ejector button don't work right. I'm gonna be taking my hand and ejecting them at my camera person because it's funny. There's number 2.
Missed.
Number 3 is the last one. I very much so pulled the number 3 shot. And let's go see how good of a grouping we have with this bad boy. Let's go check the targets. Alright, so we did not get the grouping I was hoping for today, because usually this gun with the 32 grain bullets is stacking them in there like that. I hit 1 shot right there, 1 there, and 1 there. I was expecting to be shooting lower, but not that much lower because we were holding at that dot. So those 2 are within about an inch each other, and then there's the one that I pulled left, which it is probably about 2 inches to the left. We will probably resight this in another day just for time's sake and come back again. So now we're going to go play with the 22. Just see what happens, see how good it shoots. We're going to be shooting like 50 yards, so I'm going to be resting off the handlebars. Let's go. Alright, so now we're going into the 22 Speedmaster. Let's load this bad boy up with a couple bullets and see if it goes off every time, because this gun has a history of not going off consistently, which just makes it more interesting for shooting, because what's more interesting than not knowing if your gun's going to go off or not? It's kind of aggravating sometimes, but I love this gun because it's got sentimental value. Let's shoot off these handlebars, see if we can even hit the target. Let's put a couple more in it because I have a couple more bullets in my pocket. This gun is grouping terrible. There's a reason I just mostly shoot it playing instead of actually hunting, because it does not hold a very tight group at very far at all. If you bump this gun like 25 yards, which is not very far, it holds a really good group. But if a gun don't hold a good group at 25 yards, you probably have a problem. And hopefully we'll get a little bit better of a group this time. And that's what we were talking about on not going off. is that hole clearly did not shoot. Let's reload this last shot hole. See if it goes off. We'll just do this once. If it don't go off, I'll mess with it later. There we go. So let's go check the targets again. All right, so here's our 22 group. That is like a 5-inch group, which is not very good. But right here, I'd say, is our true group with those right there. I think those are just 2 stragglers that I pulled personally. But overall, that killed a squirrel, so I'm happy with it. That's all that gun needs to do. I really don't squirrel hunt much anyways, and when I do, I take a shotgun because it's simpler. But anyways, that's all I got for today. Please hit that subscribe button. Come back for another video next time about all we do shooting fish.